Bro, who said I have money? You know, you guys, this thing of busy saying people are rich and they have money and stuff, you're gonna get us in trouble. Like, what do you mean most of my
I
money?
want to
Which money?
be. I want
Which
to be like
money?
you. I want
Which
to be like
money? Which money are you talking about, Rolio?
you know the money that with bro. You have got a lot of cars. Like I just want one car. Just give me one car.
No, man. You know, most they say, most, you've heard multiple times that the cars are rental. I don't have money. So
No, bro, but I have a different view and opinion about you. Don't tell me what people are saying, right? My views and opinions are different about you compared to what other people might think about you. Just like
yeah.
your views and opinions are different about me. You might look at me and think I'm a nice guy, but Dile, if he sees me, he'd knock the shit out of me. I don't know how is he gonna do that, but that is what I mean. Like our opinions about one another is very different. You
Now let me answer.
understand?
Let me answer you, man. So, of course, man, I've been doing what I'm doing now for like 10 years. So obviously, if you asked me this, like let's say 3 years in, I probably would have just said trading, and then from teaching people, whatever the case may be. But 10 years
Yeah.
later, bro, there's just so much that I'm doing now, bro. There's so much. But obviously, on the media, I pretty much just share what I feel that will inspire people or that affiliates with the media. Anything that's out of what I want to share, I don't share it. There's a lot of things that I'm doing in my private space. I mean, right now I've got a campaign, I've got a project. This whole marathon thing that I'm going to do in Uganda, it's actually a proper deal that I'm doing with the Rwenzori Marathon Company. You should check them out. One of the few influencers or influential people that will be traveling there to Uganda to actually run and for women and stuff like that. Then I've actually managed. What I did was when they approached me, I just spoke to my team at RCG. I'm like, yo guys, I just got this kind of deal from this company. It's in Uganda and Rwenzori. Kasasa must come through. They want, somebody who's influential. And RCG was like, yeah, sure, let's do it. So that's how it works. Like, that's
Okay.
the things I want to share. But in terms of my
Okay.
personal life, bro, there's a lot I'm up to. Like, there's a lot of stuff that I make money from now.
Okay. Cool. No, that's
That's why I
good.
don't cheat.
Yeah. Oh, cool. No, look, I never said you teach, bro. So the thing is, and you're probably smiling because you're thinking about that video that I made, right? But that video was a direct reference, and I'll tell you what the video was a direct reference to.
Yeah.
You was because when we had a conversation, I remember you told me that you don't provide any services.
Yeah.
So when somebody said to me, "Yo, leadership has been sending signals in a group," I said, "Wait, what?
Yeah.
Leadership?"
Yeah.
But important to keep in mind that I did my research first to go and check whether or not you are, if you can provide these signal services. So we've seen that you are a representative. So
Yeah.
it's not like I went out there and told people that leadership needs to be, yeah, you
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I'm not that kind of guy, and I think that is why.
Yeah.
Rolio, what do you do for a living? Me,
Actually,
my
I
friend.
think let me clear the air on that, right? So the teaching thing. So I'm not back into teaching in terms of now I'm gonna be out here charging people 3.5 for classes and stuff like that. No, no, no.
Yeah,
So what happens is that Rolio, on the video, the reason I'm responding to your video, which I'm gonna upload, is that in the
yeah,
video you said there's a part where I say that I've taught thousands and thousands of people over the past couple of years for free, you know, and then I said the stats, right? On the no, it's on the message in Telegram. I said the stats, and then in the video you say where are the stats, So the stats are last year, for example, I did a tour, I did a
yeah.
tour. It's all over. I did a tour. Every single tour, every single country. I mean, yeah, province I was in, I was doing about 400, 600 people everywhere, you know. And even this year, I mean, I'm about to go on tour very soon. You'll see, I'm about to go on, and those are all for free, bro. And if, for anybody who's been in my classes, they'll tell you, bro. Like I spent like 4 hours just educating, just literally. We speak about whether being an IB, being an affiliate, how to become a good affiliate, how to build a community, how to be a profitable trader. So I teach about all those stuff. That is why when I always come out in the media and say, there's nobody who's mentored people like me in terms of even I'm talking about private people. It's just that we're on the media and people think the biggest of IBs are on the media. The biggest IBs are not on social media, bro. It's not the leaderships and whatever you see. There's actually other people that are very successful in affiliate marketing in this business that we're in that we don't even know of.
Yeah,
And I'm
so
talking serious
I
turnovers.
just want to say something on that, right? there's one thing that is very important that I think we understand, right? So you say that you have educated a lot of people, and that's a good thing. The
Yeah,
one thing I do want people to understand, and I'm sorry to cut your words short there, is that I think sometimes people think that providing free education is a justifies why scamming is okay. Not scamming, but
yeah,
why making people believe or selling certain services is okay. So to give
yeah.
you an example, right? I have also done a lot of free education. I don't know if you know about that, but I've done a lot of free education through my YouTube channel,
Mm.
and through that, I have given away, just in this last week, I've given away over, I think, 50 or 100,000 instant fund accounts through my YouTube channel, and I continue to give back to the community. That's what I
Yeah,
do. But I would never ever make it, use it as a justification to say to people that just because I am doing this, I don't know what's going on there.
yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you, man.
oh, okay, cool. Just because we are doing things like that, we are giving these giveaways through this and the free education, it doesn't
Mm.
necessarily justify that we are. It makes it okay, and I
Or
think
makes
that
you legit, or whatever the case may be.
yeah, and I'm not saying you, but I'm saying that this industry is filled with people that thinks that just because you are doing something good for people, it is okay
Mm.
to later on mislead them, sell them certain services that
Yeah.
is non-existent. You understand? So that is why I say I do a lot for the community. Also, I give
Mm.
away, like I said, $150,000 in instant funder accounts every month to
Yeah,
people
yeah.
who cannot get funded. I create content. I do giveaways. It's just a party on my YouTube. But I would never come out and say that because I'm doing all of these things, it is okay for me now to take something from people and take their
Yeah.
money and anything like that. So that's why I'm saying I have a lot of respect for people like you who do go out there and provide free education to the people, but not at the cost where you turn around and say,
Yeah,
okay,
or
I'm doing all this
investments
for,
or
yeah,
reward or whatever signals. And I get you.
exactly,
I know what you're saying.
exactly.
No, no, I'm definitely. I mean, one of the main reasons why you and I have had a conversation before, face to face. We spoke for quite a while, and I'm just obviously I don't. I'm not in your. I would say in your position to do what you do. I am who I am, and you are who you are. But I stand for the same things, man. When I stopped teaching or just selling services entirely 5 years ago, it was because one of the main reasons was because my name was just getting dragged a bit too heavy, and I felt that if I continue it further with it, the industry was just getting more tainted, and so I pulled myself out. But also, I love teaching, bro. I will not lie to you. I love educating. I
Yeah.
even attend seminars. I was at, I just won't mention the name because I mean, yeah, yeah. I don't wanna. I was at, it was nearby, not far from my house. They were hosting a different company was hosting a nice seminar. I went to go attend, bro, just to hear the guys who were educating because they even had a proper educator from the business. It's not like it wasn't like a trader who was on social media. They had a proper educator in yeah, in their business that actually works for the company. I don't want to say any name. Jesus, I don't want to say any name. So I actually went there. So I love educating. I learn a lot. I mean, right now I'm actually putting a lot of time into AI, trying to actually understand how I could bring that into my trading and stuff, or how I can educate people the AI side of because I know there is a gap and somebody has to catch it. And I think I'm one person who's always ahead in terms of learning and trying to get especially the education side of it because
Oh, okay. 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 All right. Now that's good, bro. That's good.
yeah. Question
Uh,
number two, Rolio.
Question number two is there any brokers that you
Yeah.
are affiliated with that you know is not fully compliant, that doesn't, because I don't want to say that it's scamming people because that's going to be too harsh. So, do you think, based on your own personal opinion, is there any brokers that you feel that you are affiliated with? Because just coming back to what you were saying, right?
Mm.
You're saying that you are a nice person and that you are a good person, and it's coming back to what I said to you in the beginning, right? Just because
Mm.
I'm doing good for the community, it doesn't mean that I should rub off um, all kinds of shit to them just because I'm doing
Yes,
something good.
yes, yes, yes,
So
yes.
you're doing a good thing for the community. So my question to you is there any brokers or any companies, not companies, brokers, financial service providers that you are affiliated with that you know or that you think that's maybe fucking people over?
Not affiliated with, but of course I do know a lot. I do know a lot, but not in terms of affiliation. I wouldn't get myself involved with. Look, I know my homework. I'm always, especially after a couple of challenges I've had a couple of years ago with the FAC. So I know my homework. I know how to do my information, how to get the right information online, and to know how to actually dig deep into such stuff. But I don't know any. Not that I'm only affiliated with RCG. I'm only a partner with RCG. But I do know. I mean, there's a lot. I don't want to name drop anything. I'm not that type of person. That's your job,
Yeah.
Rolio. That's your job.
No, 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 no. That is not my job. I do not name drop brokers in particular.
Hmm.
Even if I have the facts. The reason why I'm asking you the question is because you know that there's a thing called the internet, and you can quickly just do a review check
Mm.
on any broker that you want to, and you can get the feedback there. You are the wrong person to ask a direct question to, because you wouldn't be able to
Yeah, of
answer
course.
that
Yeah,
question.
yeah, yeah, of course.
Understand? So you look. Some of these questions are. There's three questions left.
Oh, okay.
But
I think you
you
said 10.
Hey, no, 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 I'm gonna keep it down to five. But like, I would
Okay,
like
cool.
to speak to you in person, and not
Yeah, yeah,
like
for sure.
this, because it's not because of that. So that is what I'm saying. Like, in terms of brokers, you can do a quick search on Google now, and you can get uh, client
Yeah,
feedback about certain brokers, and it might not correspond with what you are saying. Um, that is why I don't want to ask you directly, because I'm not going to put you on the spot, because that's not what I'm here to do, right? So you are still there, right?
yeah. I'm still. Yeah. Let me move
Oh,
closer to my.
oh, because I see you are. There we go. There we go. There
Just
we go.
hold. Let me just because I'm in the office now, and my office is like at the back of the house. So let me just move to the closer to the.
Yeah, you got a big house, my friend. Very big house.
No, 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 those ones, no, there's no need for that. That's my. So what I don't like doing is just talking about my personal stuff. You know that I don't. I'm
No,
on the
I just,
media for
I'm
for
not
forex
gonna ask
trading.
you personal questions, man. It's not personal questions. I'm not here to
Yeah,
dig
yeah,
into your
but
personal life.
no, not that I don't have a problem. I can speak to you personally for together, but I'm only in the media for a certain purpose. One is I
I
want to
I
educate, make an impact, to
I
affiliate,
know.
to grow, and
I
yeah.
agree.
So I don't find me
No,
like
I
somebody else
understand
asking me.
one thing.
Like for example, people will like asking, "Where's your child?" I don't say anything. I just block.
Right. There are certain things that you keep off social media, and
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
you keep on social media, bro. You wasn't worried, because we kind of share the same views when it comes to providing for the communities out there, because I do feel that
yes,
there's a lot of people out there who need help, whether it's education, whether it's funding, whether it's whatever.
yeah,
we
bro.
we and we need to help where we can, right? So
Yeah,
if you can help, you must help people where you can, because it's important to do that. Tell me quickly,
yeah,
what are
yeah.
the what if you like just based on your own personal opinion, right? Who would you say in this industry is the three biggest scammers for a fact? Just you don't have to name them. You can just use the initials also.
Ah
Because
man.
really you're not affiliated with any of these guys, bro. You're not
Look, I mean,
affiliated.
I mean, I'm in my own space, man. I don't really care about. I'm not friends with traders. I mean, we see each other here, we're here and there. Do my own thing.
Yes, sir.
And they know, man. It's not even a secret. It's not like I'm not. They know I'm not scared of anybody and stuff. I respect everybody, you know. But
Yeah.
I've got no fear to speak on anything. But in terms of name dropping, I wouldn't want to do that. And here's my reason why I don't want to name drop or just say initials. It's because one, I don't have time for what's gonna happen after I name drop. Like these boys are
Okay.
kids and they're
Okay.
gonna come in. It's gonna be a
Okay.
back and forth with the internet, trying to get attention and using me to get clients. And then you know what I mean? Those kind of stuff. You know, I've seen that happen.
No, I
Yeah,
hear
so,
you.
so I don't want to do that. I don't have time for that. And then, but yeah, man, there's the boys, the people are hectic, man. It's a busy industry. They are doing what they have to do.
Look, I don't necessarily like. well, I don't agree with the statement that it's a busy industry. And then the thing is like this, right? It is like you are saying that there's many ways for people to make money, right?
Mm, mm,
For one, put a CV together and go find a job.
mm.
You shouldn't you shouldn't build your success at the cost of another person's loss.
Yeah.
So when we look at scammers in the industry, and I'm not going to go back. I've made many videos,
Mm.
So and the reason why I'm asking you this question directly, because the next question, and that's going to be my last question,
Yeah.
because I don't want to put you on the spot. The thing is like this, right? In this industry that we are living in, there's a lot of people who is looking up to people like you and
Mm-hmm.
all of these mentors. They look up to these people, and they look at these people for some hope or for some sort of success. Can you please help me, leadership? They
Yeah.
see leadership is
Inspiration. Yeah.
dancing, jumping on his cars, like, yeah, and people want that. And I'm not using you, I'm saying that they see these guys are doing all of this. And the one thing that fucks me over completely is that when
Mm.
somebody approaches someone and they say that, can you help me at least, because you're saying that that success comes from that, can you please help me, right? You help me
Yeah.
achieve that success. And you see that as an opportunity to, mislead or take people's money. So I
Mm.
do believe that scamming in this industry is very big. It's a big, but yes, you are right.
Scamming is an
In terms of,
industry on its own. I mean, that's what I see it. Yeah, like I see
yeah,
it as. I mean, I've been around long enough, so I know. I mean, I see it's an industry on its own in terms of one. I think so. If people are scamming, people are broke. People are scamming, people are not educated. If somebody is, here's my opinion, and you know what I mean. This is I always say it broadly and wide. This would
yeah,
include even myself, and I say it like this, right? Is I don't necessarily think that people that are selling services, or let's say the ones that are selling and delivering. So let's say the ones that are selling and delivering the services, how it must be delivered. 100%. I don't necessarily have an opinion on them in terms of them being scammers, because if somebody's got something to offer to the next person and the other person wants to, and then I feel like my time is maybe 10,000 Rand for that service, and I'm genuinely just out giving them the service 100%, then I'm going to respect your business. That's my opinion on it, right? I'm going to respect the fact that, you are giving 100% knowledge, whatever the case may be. The big problem I have is selling or running a business that you know on yourself that is not legit, that it is not carrying out the message that you are giving, or holding, standing on its entire. That's what I'm fully against. So, and there was a couple of jokes I've made a couple of months ago about robots and stuff, and some couple of boys got honey and stuff, and they felt like I was insulting, and I was making an opinion based on what I was thinking, you know. I was making an opinion based on what I was thinking, and I was never speaking about anybody. But of course, whoever that it hurt, definitely, the shoe fits, and
yeah,
you keep in mind that I've got friends. I've got friends that have robots, that sell robots close to me, and they were not hurt because I was not. So if I'm not talking, it's like now. So, for example, Rolio has a robot, like Rolio Jack Robot 5, and then
yeah, that's
suddenly you see. You see, and then suddenly you see me posting a reel where I'm making a joke, and I'm like, that robot, what? Hey, how you gonna make your million with the robot? What? I'm now making my damn jokes as usual, and then you feel hurt. You're like, how? So you'd only be hurt if you know you're responsible for something.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, to come back what you were saying there, that you say that you don't necessarily think that people who deliver on their services are not scammers. So Alex Z said something similar to that, right? He says
Mm-hmm.
that you cannot justify somebody's a scammer if they were trying to sell you this remote and they actually give you the remote. So if I say, leadership, I'm selling this remote for 10 Rand, and I give you the remote,
Okay.
you can't call me a scammer if you don't like the remote. Remember, because I'm selling you the remote.
Okay. 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 Okay.
Right. So
Fair.
if I'm selling you this remote and I
Mm.
say here is a remote for 10 Rand, I sell it to you, boom. You take the remote. Now all of a sudden you're like, I don't like the buttons and I don't like this and I don't like about that, right? Now all of
Okay.
a sudden you say that now you're calling me a scammer just because you don't like the product anymore. And that is the misconception within the Forex industry, whereas as far as selling services are concerned,
Yeah.
you are right when you say that there is no, there, that you cannot call somebody a scammer who is delivering on the services that they are offering. Do you know where the fucked up part comes in with all of this?
Okay.
It comes in as far as transparency is concerned. There's a major lack of transparency within the Forex industry. You cannot post 1,000 blue screens in a signal group or in a group that you are promoting an EA in, and then when you sell that same EA or that same signal to the next person and their account blows and they call you a scammer and say that, but you cannot, you
Yes.
you cannot call me a scammer. You
Hey, that
see,
one is
here's
tricky.
the thing, right? Here's the thing. According to the General Code of Conduct, when it comes to advertising, right, all of the information that you provide to a client needs to be number one, true and correct. And when we talk about disclosures, you have to make certain disclosures to a client, especially ones that would have made them make a different decision if you would have told them that in the first place. So to give you an example,
Yes.
right? If I know leadership is going to buy this remote, if I withhold telling him that it needs batteries,
Ah,
then I am completely wrong. You understand? So if I know you wouldn't have purchased this remote from me,
ah.
if I told you that it needs batteries, then I'm
Yes.
lying to you. So even
No,
if I sold it to you, but if I knew that I should have told you about this thing over here,
the issue of the
then I said,
remote, of the
but
battery.
the way
Yes, yes.
these guys are selling these things in this industry to the people, it is like there's no risk. There's no risk. There's
Yeah.
nothing. You can make all this money.
Yeah, I
There's
mean,
no
also,
problem.
yeah, I think also like, which obviously the clients will never consider, but I think another reality is that most of the guys are not educated enough about the industry. They don't know their pros and cons, and the ups and downs, the backs and the fronts of the industry. So they just want to convert, or I mean, there's people who just really just focus on educating people and have no idea what goes further into that, in terms of, okay, now that, I mean, I remember if I do a private session, when I sit down with somebody and I'm educating them about Forex, how my sessions go, that person walks out of the room thinking, whether do I want to trade Forex or do I just want to go back to my job?
But it is important that people like
Mm.
yourself who even provide. Now, I'm going to tell you something, and you're not going to like me for it, but it's not directed at you. It's not directed at you.
Yeah, 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 of
So
course.
when somebody comes to you, right? Remember, you would know this, right? People have an expectation when they come to you. When they say leadership, I want you to educate me on how to trade in the world of Forex, right?
Yes,
I
yes,
want you
yes.
to educate me. But people have an expectation where they look at leadership and they go, leadership, you are living this fancy life, and they are
No, no.
hoping to walk
You
away
think it's fancy?
from no,
It's
no,
not
no,
fancy.
no. I'm just, I'm just making an example.
Yeah, yeah,
And they are
yeah, of
hoping
course.
to walk away from this seminar or this thing that you charge them for, thinking that they will be able to attain that same success also.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if there's one thing people will never tell these guys is that, look, guys, you are not going to make the money that I do, and not you. You won't be able to buy
Mm-hmm.
a green Audi or a green Lamborghini, like me, in a month.
Yes,
Because
yes.
why? Yeah, you see, because they know if they have to tell the people that, then the guy's gonna say no, but then I don't want to, because some people think that Forex is a get rich
That
quick
then
scheme.
it's okay, yeah.
But they also believe, but they also believe that most of these guys on the industry in the industry make their money through Forex. Also, they think that, right? Now we